Hey everyone, welcome to Near Disney. It's the Wednesday night stream where us real estate professionals here on the Dream Team get together and bring you the best of all that's happening within a 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle. All right, the energy is popping. Welcome to the show. Like I said, we're going to try to bring up some real estate topics, some local event topics for the Central Florida area, and also just share. We invite your engagement as viewers. Let us know if you have any questions about just the Florida market, any neighborhoods in particular, or just real estate questions. That's what we're here for. Licensed agents that are just here to, not just entertain you, but engage with you. So I am Elijah with Florida in Motion Realty. They call me the Prince of Real Estate here on Near Disney. We have fun with our monikers. And then joined to me is a member of the Near Disney Dream Team as well.
Hi, I'm Sue Koptiev, and like Elijah said, part of the team. They call me Aurora, the nickname for Sleeping Beauty, and we are really great to have you guys meeting with us tonight.
All right, yeah. So just we got some more. It's a little more spacious here with just the two of us. With our boxes, gets a little bit bigger when they're not split into four. So I feel like I'm ready for my close up, Mr. DeMille. Anyway, I just we'll highlight kind of what's happening locally. I thought that I just shared some fun things as far as Orlando activities. This event called Collecticon is happening. It's happening pretty soon. It's kind of just for all kinds of collecting and comic book and movie and anime and fun ways to just buy merchandise and meet famous people who perform in all kinds of traditionally geeky media and all that fun stuff, everything from Pokemon to comic books and video games and things. So this is Orlando Collecticon. It's a kind of this side of the coast's answer toward Comic-Con that typically happens in California. And this happened at the Orange County Convention Center, May 25th and 26th. So that's Saturday, the 25th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And they still got tickets for sale. You could still even with this much time get a hold of that. I think they're like $30 a pop to get in. So hey, just some fun to do. That's not just strictly Disney related as far as that activity. So if you like playing dress up with to the extreme, or just meeting like people with like interests, that's just kind of fun. You like your cards and all that good stuff. But speaking of non-Disney fun, I thought you were going to highlight as well something else that is near and dear to us in Central Florida. There's a certain birthday that's happening. My birthday is actually May 25th on one of those days that's going on. But there's an even bigger and grander birthday that's happening.
Yes, I don't know how many people here know this. I didn't know until just recently. But before there was Disney, before there was even I-4, Gatorland came into existence. So they are celebrating their 75th anniversary this year. And Gatorland, it's a lot more than alligators. So, you really should go check it out. It doesn't take a bite out of your vacation money. Not a huge one. I think the annual passes are right about $37 a piece.
Oh, wow.
So yeah. And my husband and I, that was one of the first ones we bought when we moved here. And we have thoroughly enjoyed that. It's a 110-acre park area. There's alligators, crocodiles. There's an aviary. There's a petting zoo, nature walk. The nature walk is really wonderful. And there's the gator jumperoo. There are up close encounter shows. There's a beautiful white gator swamp with the giant white alligators. And I happen to love it. I mean, I know a lot of people kind of freak out about alligators and crocodiles and all that kind of fun stuff and snakes. I just happen to be somebody who likes those guys. So one of the other fun
zip line that the screaming zip line that sends you over a pool of live gators and
Pool of
stuff.
live gators. That's what I was gonna say. That is something I have not done yet. So, and
Oh,
it's
come
not a
on.
matter
How are you
of
even really living? See, they don't seem to mind being in the jaws of a giant beast.
no, they don't. They don't. But it's funny because I grew up in Southern California. I won't tell you how many years I lived there, but before we actually moved. But I found myself going back several times to do things that I grew up literally, one county over from, or, even just a few miles from, and never experienced. And I ended up going back to specifically, see and experience those places. One of the things is I went on a couple of game shows that I had always wanted to do, but had never done. And when I moved out of the area, well, of course, then it was time to do that. So just enjoy what's here with Gatorland and, Disney Universal, like you were talking about, all of the fun convention things that happen in Florida. But yeah, just a little, little trivia about one of the first existing, attractions in
Yeah, most
Florida.
people have no idea that Gatorland's older than Disney World, but that's
Mhm.
75 years. Like, I feel like we were just celebrating like the 50th anniversary of Disney World. So, I mean, that is
Mhm.
being way ahead of the curve as far as that tourist attraction, theme park entertainment goes. And hey,
Yes.
using it as a pretext to celebrate and educate about nature, that's a lot of fun. And so, as far as what's not just what's 75 years old, but what's new, we are interested. I wanted to highlight some fun stuff that's going into the expansion of the ever-growing Lake Nona
Yes.
area in Orlando. And people consider Lake Nona to be like that medical city hub with a lot of that Nemers and doctors taking up shop there, as well as some health and fitness athletic centers. But we were actually just highlighting Advent Health in Celebration last
Mhm.
week, and the amazing research programs that they're doing there, and all the experimental and revolutionary treatments. But it looks like Advent Health is bringing the hospital of the future to Lake Nona, and we have some really striking renditions here about how
Yes.
contemporary and beautiful they're designing that place and for what purposes it's going to be. I love to see this modern art that's happening with these new building designs, and just adding life to this youthful contemporary city of Lake Nona that continues to be have a great downtown and have a lot of fun. So basically, it's a 10-story hospital. It's going to be located on 10999 Narcousie Road. Thousands of tons of soil have been removed from the site, and they've already got thousands of concrete plates placed around. So this is underway. It's planned to open with 80 beds and with room to expand to 320. Services at the new hospital will include men's health, bariatrics, neurology, cardiology, orthopedics, and more. And it'll also feature an incisionless surgical suite. That's kind of
Mhm.
what Kim go into our previous videos here at Near Disney, where Kim Hawk, the fairy godmother of real estate, was interviewing with some of the higher ups at Advent Health about that revolutionary incisionless surgical procedures that they're doing to treat you under the skin without cutting into you, and even treating stuff like tremors. So these
Mhm.
leading edge technologies are using ultrasound to destroy tumors and stop the spread Parkinson's disease. So basically, these are such beautiful buildings. They look absolutely peaceful and calm and contemporary, um, and with a lake promenade, event lawn, amphitheater. It's going to be a 25-acre campus that's going to be focusing on wellness and community. So love to see all of this stuff. I mean, this is super futuristic and cool without being totally just without any art to it. Sometimes those places aren't very fun and they look very sterile, but this is very beautiful architecture that we're
Mhm.
seeing. So
Looks
we're
more like
gonna
a hotel.
expect it to open in 2026, but it's cool that's been greenlit, and that we're gonna have expand Advent Health into Lake Nona.
Mhm. No, I love that. I just said it looks more like a hotel. It's much more inviting. It is much more inviting, much more comfortable. So, that'll be an amazing addition to the area for sure.
Absolutely. So, one more thing that we're going to do is just jump into some of the more real estate topics. Virginia on the team, who goes by the nickname of Cinderella, she couldn't join us today, but she wanted us to highlight some topics that we're seeing about this new market. We're kind of getting some listings, and the market's shifting a little bit, and we're dealing with some other listings that we're trying to deal with people who have other things listed where their days on the market are kind of piling up. We're trying to, bring offers. We're trying to see where they're going not optimal so that we can just, help them get their home sold and, employ these strategies to get our listing sold as fast as possible. And if you list with us, you too. So 10 seller mistakes to avoid. Get homes priced right without unnecessary or costly improvements that can delay a sale. Have in the past dealt with some people who just kept making changes, maybe not without getting into like a group huddle with us as the agents representing them. And we said, like, hey, it's cool that you want to improve the pace, but sometimes, the leaving it as is to get people do their own improvements. They just care more about price because this thing that you did, it was a little bit bold. And you just don't want to create a situation where the buyer is going to want to improve your improvements that you just spent money on that maybe you didn't have to spend. So, but the first thing we're going to, say is, don't want to price it too high. We have that listing appointment at the opening stage is just to kind of review the market. We review the comps. We go over the appraisal website estimates and just try to get to that sweet spot that makes sense and factor in. Like, we love it when you bring us a list of all of the improvements that you've already done, because then we can sort of use that into like where there's maybe room to price on top of where the comps are at, whether or not those other listings have had similar improvements done. And if they haven't, well, then we can kind of add the ones that you did in. Oh, we're getting a shout out. Cheers from Miami. Love celebration. Well, thank you, Man Cron. I think that might be a YouTube username, just one word like Madonna. Mancorn, thank you so much for watching the show. We really appreciate you tuning in. And if you have any other questions about anything we're talking about or anything unrelated, feel free to engage with us in the chat or give us a text or a call. So glad you're watching. Poor condition, having the home in poor condition. Well, sometimes it's, these things are going to come up in an inspection report, right, Sue?
Yeah,
And
we do.
sometimes it's good to get ahead of some of the more super obvious ones that are going to inevitably come up. They're going to be the things that always get mentioned during every showing, and especially if they're relatively easy to fix and address. Let's just kind of cut that off at the pass, nip it in the bud. Just spend a little money to make a lot of money with just that first impression of the showing. And that pertains to curb appeal as well. And one of the articles tonight's going to talk about improving your curb appeal, so that sometimes we get into a terrible situation. I don't know if this has ever happened to you, Sue, where it's like we've gone in, we've made the appointment, we've set everything up, and then the buyer drives by, and then I get a text saying, oh, never mind, they don't even want to step inside and see it.
Right. Yes, it does happen. And curb appeal does not cost that much money. And I think we talked about this a few weeks ago, that it actually can add up to 10% in the value of your home. So it's definitely an easy fix, like you're talking about.
Basic lawn maintenance, basic trimming, even just like, a home showing can even be like a first date, just make sure you're nice and groomed beforehand, trim the nails, do the hair, tweeze the brows, and that it can just be a similar kind of courtship ritual, and also just as expensive in the long run. No,
Do you tweeze your brows? I'm sorry. I just had to throw that out there.
Well, no. Dark homes don't sell. Now, this is something that we as your agents will typically do, we'll show up early, we'll get on all the lights for you and stuff, but sometimes we don't have the ability to do that for you where we're in a situation where it's tenant occupied. You as the seller might not have power over that, but still it's just kind of like, could you please have the tenants be willing to open up lights, make sure the home shows well. Sometimes they don't necessarily leave, but just it's just something that will, the more lights on, the more warm and welcome people feel. And that doesn't just return to the lights. If you're gonna do decor, dark carpets, dark paint, dark curtains can be statistically shown to be buyer turn-offs. And so they just, light is in right now. People still kind of like those white cabinets. They still like those light countertops. People doing their floors, like when Kim had that awesome series on showing you how she remodeled her place, those light, wide plank floors that are the light white or light gray. People love that. And the reminder, of course, don't over improve. Just do, if you gotta improve to sell or to make your listing stand out, just do what it takes to get it sold, because the point is to make money, or say that you're gonna pour it into your next destination, not pour it into the place that you're just leaving out of. Oh, and I do like that it mentioned this as well, to not be present during showings. People will kind of be guarded when they're watching. They won't feel as open to voice their feedback or voice their opinion, or to feel like they can just treat it like it's their own house, or walk into any room, or they're going to start asking permission to open every cupboard or every closet. And we don't want them asking permission. We want them to feel like it's already at home. Because interestingly, you'll find like people, they'll share that feedback with the agent more, even though I represent the seller and I'm going to tell the seller everything you said. It's kind of like if the seller's right there, there's that extra, oh, I don't really want to be talking smack about this house, sharing honest feedback. So, all right, yeah, just interesting stuff there. But I think you had found an article actually that is about some new construction opportunities, where kind of in contrast to that resale we're just talking about, it's a new construction. So there is no seller looming, because you're going to be the first occupant.
Yes, if you would run that video, that would be great. These are modern vacation homes, very close to Disney in this area. This is called the Sunset Cove Orlando. I loved some things about these condos that you probably aren't going to see in a lot of places. They have the units are each, they're 2,175 square feet. They each have 4 bedrooms, 3 full bathrooms, very modern design. Each of these units has a pool in the back with with actual concrete walls. So you've got privacy. And yet there's the open, so you can see the pools run along the back there. The kitchen is an open plan. The upstairs is an open loft. First floor and second floor primary suites. So that makes it, this is the community pool that you're seeing right there. That makes it easy for anyone who is wanting to live there. If you are buying it for your own vacation purpose and then as to put it in a rental pool, it accommodates whether it's people who can or cannot do stairs. You've got that option for that ground floor, full primary suite, which is wonderful. All of the appliances are included, including the washer and dryer. You have a community pool, a gym. There's a lounge area. There's a sports court. So these have so much to offer, and the starting price at this moment in time is just under 510,000. So for 2,175 square feet with all of these amenities,
And a pool.
that is your own pool. It's wonderful. I mean, that's an amazing price. So for anyone who is looking at a starter home, wants an investment, give us a call. These things are out there, these little hidden gems. These units are about 15 minutes from the Disney parks. and not, settled in with where there's a lot of stuff around it, access to, like we were talking about earlier, hospitals, and I love that they're gas stoves, by the way, hospitals and shopping and restaurants. There's just, everything is available. So yeah, let us know if this looks like it's something of interest to you, or if you are looking in a specific area and you're looking for something more like this, let us know. We cover, like we say all the time, 25 miles surrounding Cinderella's castle. And we want to help you find the place. I know this sounds tacky and corny, but we want you to find the place of your dreams. If this is where, you are really looking to settle down, it should be a place that you love to be, and, something that you've dreamt about. So Elijah, myself, uh, Virginia, Tanya, we're all here to help you.
Yeah, thank you. That's so much for looking into that incoming hidden gem there. So many people we've dealt with people just earlier this year who were coming from out of state and they wanted
Mhm.
that Florida lifestyle. And one of the big things on their checklist was, gosh, I would love to buy new construction, but I want my own private pool. So I guess I got to go with single family. And it's actually hard to find new construction that will have a pool there in the planning stages. And
Mhm.
so a lot of times that just gets deferred to you to do later with, putting in your own pool space and stuff. And some people wouldn't even mind not doing single family necessarily, as long as it provides some of those staples of single family lifestyle, like the pool and stuff. So that's cool. And it's going to have those new finishes, and it's going to be near to Disney. So what a great find. Please get in touch with us, because it sounds like inventory is limited, and it sounds like some of them were looking at conservation, and
Mhm.
it might be good to be proactive to get in touch with us to see how fast we can maybe talk about some of those particular models.
Yes.
Awesome. So I did say that we were going to share an article about curb appeal. So I will get to that. This is 5 easy backyard oasis ideas to create your dream space. And so basically, it's going to let you know how to let the yard help sell the house, because some of the studies are showing is a big that is a big factor these days. People like a solar option. I mean, sorry, they like economic friendly, environmental friendly, and they like smart home features. And they also want that to sort of couple with the nature being highlighted in the home. So basically, how can we get your backyard to be in tip-top shape? Basically, it can be potted plants that could be more manageable than growing stuff out of the ground. Find some flowers that look pretty. Get growing, it says, either way. Basically, you can also implement a fire pit. Those are popular as well, and they show you some examples of the various ways you can style that to accommodate however your house is themed, if it's more traditional or if it's more super contemporary. Take a seat, outdoor seating, find the right chairs to get set up in the back so that people feel like it's a place to sit and relax. Outdoor sofas or just regular seats, leather, there's wrought iron. Base rocking chairs, like, that's also great for the front porch if you're looking out at the front yard as well. Sunbrellas can couple well with this kinds of seating and the fire pit. So yeah, it says that water resistant fabric, or rattan, has a timeless look to it. So then play with patterns. You can just accent these chairs, accent these outdoor couches with all kinds of pillows or ottoman pieces that have fun patterns or fun fabrics on it. So we know people who are sort of like interior, exterior designers as well. If you and we know staging companies that we can do that, or we can even virtually stage some of the stuff to help the home show as well as possible and emphasize that curb appeal for you. So that's fun. That's just cool, and it has all these links. So actually, if you wanted to explore, if you saw, hey, that looks cool, I wish I knew what that is. This is drewandjonathan.com, design and decor, where they actually provide some links to some of the cool contemporary decor items, and they seem to be largely priced okay, not scaring me too bad.
Yeah, it's amazing what's out there. And going back to the potted plants versus plants in the ground, Florida is just, there's such a variety of foliage, flowers, you know, just anything pretty much that you want to put in your yard will do okay here. And,
Yes.
you know, and color, vibrancy, and, you know, perennials are great. It's just, there's so much to choose from. And like that article said, it's, you know, that's not that expensive to do it.
And Kim Hawk is in the comments emphasizing that one of the local designers who we work with is Kim Keaton, who has been working with so many of our amazing listings in Celebration, Florida, doing wonderful remodeling work, doing wonderful redesigning work for these homes. So if you want to get some contacts for people who do that incredible work, like sometimes someone will say, like, I know I want it to look good. I'm just not the person with the vision. They've got the funds, but somebody else is going to do the HGTV sort of thing for them and come in, and then you walk in and have your mind blown by. It's like, I know it when I see it. I just can't come up with it myself. You know,
Right.
there's no shame in that. That's what the professionals are there for.
Well, and everybody has a talent, right? Everybody has a talent, and
Everyone has
some
their own
people,
talent.
yeah, and
You
some
might
people
be,
just,
mine's not designing interiors for homes. Not that. My
no,
mom's good.
I have fun doing I have fun doing little stuff, but both my daughters are incredible
Oh,
at
that's awesome.
designing and, you know, just making beautiful things out of almost nothing.
Mm,
They've been gifted. So I'm always impressed when I visit their homes because I always see something new, something fun.
that's cool. All right, so I think we covered a lot of ground here. Thanks for tuning in and joining us. Appreciate you being on the show as always, Sue. Any
Oh,
other
thank you.
questions? Like, if you didn't have the opportunity to go into the chat, then like I said, the chat goes on forever with our phone numbers here posted. So you can always reach out to us anytime with more information about real estate stuff or Central Florida stuff. Go into the comments, let us know if there's any topic you'd like to cover for us, or if there's any area in town where you would like us to go in and make one of our evergreen videos. Go into the YouTube search box, type in near Disney and the name of a town, city, community. See if we haven't already done a video on it. We've been getting out there a lot, and we were just brainstorming before the show about even more places where we want to get in and bring our professional film crew that does such a great job for us.
Yes.
So take care, everyone. Have an awesome holiday weekend.
Yes. Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's Castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.